Hey there, what's up my friends? What is going on? This is March 46 coming at you with a tour review for you. Today we're having a look at the second figure of the Mortal Kombat figures made by Mezco. We're having a look at today at Sub-Zero. Awesome. If you've watched my Scorpion review, which I recently posted, I said there that probably Scorpion was probably my favorite character of the Mortal Kombat universe. It's actually one of my favorite Scorpions. I really sit in a mixed bag. Wu is my favorite. Sub-Zero or Scorpion. Maybe it sounds a little bit casual, but definitely Sub-Zero is definitely one of my, or probably my favorite character of the Mortal Kombat universe. The way he was, and especially in Mortal Kombat X. I thought that Sub-Zero in Mortal Kombat X was so cool. He looked awesome. Of course, in the story, he didn't actually present himself with a mask and stuff, but the way how he was, of course, Kuai Liang, it's of course the second version of Sub-Zero if you follow the story. Of course, Kuai Liang, how he looked in the game without the hood and the mask, he looked so incredibly cool. Definitely, probably my favorite character of the Mortal Kombat X story was definitely Kuai Liang or Sub-Zero. I really just loved the way how he was. Just really loved the way he was. And of course, Mezco made a figure of Sub-Zero himself with the overall look of himself in the game of Mortal Kombat X. And I'm really excited to bring the review for you guys. So let's jump ahead. Let's have a look at the figure. Of course, if you follow me on YouTube, this isn't the first time that I review a Sub-Zero figure. But of course, it has been a long time actually. The last time I've actually reviewed a Sub-Zero figure was 4 years ago when this little guy came out. The Mortal Kombat 11, I'm sorry, not 11. The Mortal Kombat 9 Sub-Zero from Mortal Kombat the reboot from 2011. I was back then really impressed with this figure, and it was definitely by many thoughts and by my personal preference that this was the definitive figure of the Jazzwares Mortal Kombat figure line. Because if you watch my review of Scorpion again, a lot of people were disappointed with the overall Mortal Kombat figures from 2011 and the Mortal Kombat 9 figures. Sub-Zero, on the other hand, stood up pretty well, and it was definitely back then a pretty decent figure. But again, compared these to the two, this is the more superior one. I will do maybe in the future a figure comparison of these two, but this is in my personal preference the superior figure of the two. There's so much better quality on him, there's so much more detail on this guy, and I think again Mezco did an outstanding job with these figures. Take a look at the mask. Definitely one of my favorite parts of this figure is the head sculpt. The head sculpt is phenomenal. The head sculpt is so cool looking. And to be honest with you, when I first saw Sub-Zero at the reveal trailer of Mortal Kombat X, I was a bit on the fence of his mask. I didn't like the fact it was that narrow and stuff, but when I was playing the game, it was definitely warmed up to me. And looking at the figure, the mask looks awesome. The mask looks really, really awesome. You can see all the silvery detail and overall paint. The paint again is very, very, very clean on these figures. Very clean. What also adds to the character is these very, very, very wide eyes. These very cool, ice cold eyes. I really love the fact that Mezco brought that detail in as well. The eyebrows are very nicely painted. There's no paint issue there's no paint issue going on whatsoever. And throughout the mask, again, I really love the design. Again, these overall straps on the head. And this particular piece right here is also really nicely done. It's a separate rubbery piece, and it's an overall design thing that really adds to the character. I also really like his, what would you say, coat or jacket. I really like the overall lines on this jacket. Of course, you get the Lin Kuei medallion on the on his chest, which is very nicely sculpted. Of course, this overall suit right here, which is very nicely painted. This particular Sub-Zero is loaded with weapons. You can see all those little daggers. I would say it's a kunai, but I'm not sure yet. It does have the familiar circle on the back, but I'm not sure if it's a kunai or not. They are actually daggers. Very nicely done. They are removable, which kind of makes sense because it's a very small piece, but yet again, it's alright. You can see all the little details throughout the figure. Very nicely done. Of course, the knives are continuing on this vambrace, which are very, very nice. Really nice touch right here, these knives. I really like that. Also, there are little knives on the palm of the hand. Of course, the gloves. Again, I really love Sub-Zero's design. It's by far, again, one of the coolest Sub-Zero designs I've seen in the Mortal Kombat universe. I really like this particular part right here. You can see the belt. You can see all the details throughout the figure. Really, again, Sub-Zero is one of these figures that is very, very detailed. His pants right here with the overall straps, the shin guards, which look weathered and nice wear and tear. You can see all the silver throughout the figure. You can see how much effort Mezco has done into the figures, which is very, very nice. Let's look at the back of the figure. Again, really nice. You can see all the wrinkles and detail and all the lines. I really, again, like the lines in the overall suit of him. Really nice. In the overall looks of articulation of the figure, he does have the same articulation as Scorpion and the rest, so let's have a look. Sub-Zero right here has a ball-jointed head, which can move all the way around, up and down. He does have actually the most movement in the head itself, which is very, very nice. You can move the head side to side, up and down, all the way around. He has the ball-jointed shoulders, which you can move back and forward, in and out. You can rotate the forearm, you can bend the elbow, rotate the hand, bend the hand up and down. However, next to Scorpion, Sub-Zero doesn't have waist articulation, which kind of sucks, but you can kind of rotate it right here. But initially, he doesn't have something in the chest or in the upper torso. I kind of understand that because of the overall due to the sculpt, but it would have been nice again that he have some of the waist articulation. But I digress. The legs do more move back and forward, in and out via ball joint. A little less compared to Scorpion due to the sculpt and the overall armor right here. It is a softer piece, which is nice. So the legs do move back and forward, in and out still. Rotate the thigh. You can bend the knee. You can rotate the knee. And there is a ball jointed ankle. Again, certainly loads and loads of articulation, despite the fact he's a little bit more limited in movement compared to Scorpion. In the way of Sub-Zero's his accessories, he comes with quite a few. He comes with 2 interchangeable hands. Both are the same left and right. If the camera wants to focus, here we go. Come on, here we go. Thank you. You can see some, of course, the gloves right here. The skin tone again is definitely really nicely done in these figures. The skin tone is definitely one of the things that Mezco is doing really, really well. You can see, of course, the throwing knives on the top of his palm or the glove, which is very, very nice. You can, of course, remove these and put them on the figure. Of course, you can see one of the hands right here, which is meant, of course, to hold the ice ball. And the only thing that kind of bothers me is the fact that this figure doesn't come with the ice ball. It's of course included with the variant, which is coming later this month. But I kind of wish that this one came with the ice ball, because that's one thing I really like about Sub-Zero when he's holding an ice ball or something like that. But of course, you can remove the hand. And of course, plug in the holding hand like so. And one of the other accessories he comes with is, first of all, the ice mallet, the ice hammer. Being the fact he is a cryomancer, he can of course make weapons with his own ice powers. Really nice looking hammer. I really love the clear plastic they've used on this figure. You can see all the wrinkles, the cracks right here, and the paint again is very nicely done. It's also a very pliable kind of plastic, so you can move it around. Still do a bit more cautious. Very nice. You can of course hold the mallet or the hammer on Sub-Zero in his hand, so he can smack someone into the face with it. The other weapon he comes with, and that's of course his last accessory, is his, here I drop it again, is his ice sword. Very nice looking ice sword. Really love the clear plastic they've used again. Really love the way it looks. Really, really cool. The only thing I wished with these two weapons is the fact they were a little larger. In the game itself, especially the mallet, it should have been a way longer weapon, but still like the fact they include this weapon. And the sword, same story, it looks more like a short sword or a dagger, not really a dagger, more like a machete. In the game itself, it was a little longer, but still next to that, I dropped some things today, I'm sorry. Let's get the sword, here we go. But here we have the sword, really nice looking sword. Definitely one thing I really like about Sub-Zero is he's sometimes using his sword. You can of course put the sword into his hand like so. Or if you really wanted to, you can also do the backhand grip. I still need to decide how I display my Sub-Zero. I might even display him like this. I really like the way how he looks like so. Like Damn, that's actually a very, very nice pose. Let's do that, if, for instance, like this. That is a cool looking Sub-Zero. That is awesome. So again, Sub-Zero right here is a beautiful looking figure. The more how I look at this figure, how more I like him even. The paint is clean, the paint is very, very nicely done. The head sculpt is by far one of the best of the series so far, and definitely one of my favorites of the series, so it's going to be a very hard one who is my favorite of the series-wise. But the Sub-Zero, definitely a great figure. If you are a fan of Sub-Zero and if you like action figures, pick up this guy. Of course, the Jet Squares one is still available here and there, but if you're unlucky, it's a bit pricey being the fact how old he is. So definitely stick with this one. Definitely a great, great figure, and if I give this figure a rating, I'll probably give it again a 9, just a Scorpion. Definitely a great, great looking figure. And seriously, I can still decide who is my favorite, Scorpion or Sub-Zero. I'm still thinking, right now I'm leaning a little more towards the Sub-Zero, but it might change in the time. But we'll see about that. There was again a tour review from Martin 46, and I'll see you guys next time with another review. Later!